Hey, welcome back, guys. I'm doing this project here. I thought I'd show you. Kind of cool. They're a hanging shelf. The designer sent us the project, so just getting ready to start there. So these are half circles I had rolled out of 6x3/8 flat bar, and we're gonna put them together in a 50-inch tall shelf. That's a 20-inch radius, and they're going to be 50 inches tall, with some shelves going through them. I'm not really sure what they're for. They're probably a commercial office of some type, but anyways, they should be pretty cool. Very, very heavy. So when you lay out something like this, or I should say when you start a project like this, the layout is the important part. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but I've sort of sketched out, so the glare is kind of bad there. Let me see if I can turn the lights down a bit. That might be a little better. Anyways, you can see the layout I've done here for it. That's what it's going to be. Like I said, it's 20 inches wide, 50 inches tall. It's going to have some shelves going through it like this, but I'll show you how I put this together. It's not a how-to video. It's more of a just see what the hell happens when you put a shelf like this together. Okay, so that's the first part, and I'm going to cut some of those half circles and get started. So lucky for me, I was able to actually get this into the saw to cut them. You see, this is when you roll a plate, you always have a flat part at the beginning of the roll. That's pretty well where I'm holding it. There's the flat bit. So because I'm starting, I want the circle to be a nice transition there from the circle to the straight. I'm going to cut it off where the curves are and then mount it like that. So lucky enough, I was able to get it in there to cut it. Sometimes you can't, you have to use the grinder. That sucks. I way prefer using the saw. So that's how I'm cutting these. All right, so I got those half circles cut to size. Basically, the layout will give me, if you make your layout exactly the way you want your product to be looking when it's finished and follow it on your table, it's going to give you a consistent outcome. That's the point to having a layout. You're not, there's always a little variable when you're measuring, and things can change on you. This way here, you lay it in its spot and you measure off of it. You know what I mean? Like you can't really make a mistake that way. Well, I guess you can, but less of a chance. So I follow my outlines. It's exactly on my layout. And then now you take your tape and you measure your sides, how long each side is going to be. And I'm going to do that for every one of them, so they all end up the same. Or build one and build the rest of them on top of that one, so that they're always the same. Once they're in place on the project site, you're not going to be able to see a small difference in them, but shoot for perfection. That way your mistakes or your changes are minimal. So okay, so I'm going to measure out what those are, and then we're going to tack this guy in place. All right, so I've tacked the sides together. You can sort of see it coming together now. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. You can see there's the cuts and the rolls aren't perfect, but that's the way it is when you're working with heavy stuff like this. Nothing actually, goes exactly as planned, so you have to be able to do some blending in, you know, do some welding and heating and beating and blending all the parts together to make it look like it was, you know, formed in one solid piece. So that's what it's all about. Pretty heavy shelves. Like I can't, there's a pipe that goes on the end of that with like a flange with holes in it to bolt it to the ceiling. Well, hopefully the ceiling is good and solid, because these are going to be about 200 pounds a piece, you know, by the time the shelves are in there. So, all right, I'll bring you back. I'll show you when this is all put together. Boom, just like that. We got two. There we go. A couple of them tacked together. Trying to get the pieces cut up for them, because I got the big heavy flat bar on my saw here. And I don't know, it's like 400 pounds for the two pieces. More than that, actually. And it's just in the way, so I want to get these tacked together and so I can get to my saw, and then I'll finish welding them. As I get some of the other stuff done, it's coming along. So that's what those shelves look like there. That's going to be mounted to the ceiling and hanging down. Neat design, just real heavy, very heavy. Anyways, sorry about the hoarse voice there. I've got the infamous COVID-19 dying here. No, it's just a cold voice. Not a big deal. Just suck it up. Anyways, that's what the finished product looks like. Trying to get these done there. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.